All right, welcome to Explore Fest. This is bringing back a lot of memories. It's been a long time in the making, I think. We did this based off of your feedback, right? We've done this before, but based off of your feedback, we wanted to get everybody here, have a little throwback to, obviously, ResFest, for those of you that have attended before, right? And Escapia has always been a prime, pivotal time together when we do these events. And so this is why we're here today. Explore Fest is all about you, how you can succeed in the vacation rental industry, and today's sessions obviously are just for you and Escapia users. But let's get started into what we're going to talk about today. Again, I'm Ryan Hutchings, General Manager of Escapia. If I haven't met you yet, please today grab me sometime in the hall, say hello. I want to meet as many of you as possible. I've been leading the Escapia team for about 5 years, and I've been in the travel industry for about 17, pretty much my entire career, and I love it. And I can tell you now more than ever is such an exciting time to be here. This is a picture. I'm gonna talk about this. I haven't yet, but this is a picture of my family on vacation this summer. We were in New York City, and we're going to talk a lot today about building memories, what you do all the time. But this was a memory. But this picture specifically, I have 2 kids, and we went to New York City for 2 days in the Berkshires. After that, Massachusetts for about a week, and we stayed in the VR there and booked a Vrbo. And in this picture, we're all smiling and happy. And those of you with kids know that's never true behind the scenes, right? And so I have a daughter, and she is very much so like me, where she's very happy-go-lucky. She's willing to do anything. This is us, a picture at the top of a building in New York City, the ones with the glass walls where you can kind of get to the edge and it feels a little sketchy, but it's exciting nonetheless. My daughter was all about it. So she's up there skipping and dancing and pushing on the walls. My son could not be more opposite. He is scared of everything. He thinks everything is dangerous. He would only stand in the middle of the building. And so, as you can imagine, that dynamic is a recipe for disaster with kids, especially. So once they started going, my son's triggered. He's afraid. He thinks the world's going to collapse. He can stand in one place. He's scared. My daughter's skipping around. The more he gets scared, the more she twirls. And that just, the whirlwind of death happened, right? So they're mad at each other. But anyways, we're at the top of this building, and we snapped this picture because it looks fun and happy. But fast forward to last week, my son hated this entire experience, right? He thought he was going to die. Last week, I'm talking with a teacher, his teacher at school, and she's like, "Oh, it sounds like you had a New York trip your son was sharing in our classroom the other day." And I go, "Yeah, we did." And she said, "He just absolutely loved going on top of that building that you guys said in New York." And I said, "Excuse me?" And she goes, "Yeah," and he's bragging to all his friends about it and how awesome it was and how big it was. And I goes, "Well, I'm glad. I don't know what kid came with me to that building, but it wasn't him, you know?" Anyways, it was a memory for him is the point. The point is now he has apparently the most amazing vacation memory ever that I wasn't there for, but he did. And he shares it. And that's the whole point of everything that we're doing. So, and that's the point of why you're here, right? Why you do what you do. And it's unprecedented right now in the vacation industry. And I don't say that lightly. We've been through a lot over the last few years, but it really is right now. And what do I mean by that? Well, if we take a look back a little bit, many of you were here through some of this history, but vacation rentals go back a long time. From what we gather, somewhere around the 1950s or even earlier is when this idea started. But if you fast forward when that started, back in 1994, many of you in this room actually know and remember Instant Software. That was the very foundation, the very first vacation rental software management platform. This is what actually Escapia was based off of, and it was built off of. And although Escapia is definitely not the same software today that it was back then, this is where it all started. Then, in 1995, the first online vacation rental platform came, VRBO, right? And that's when it actually started happening mainstream. And short-term rentals from that point forward started growing significantly. And it became mainstream, and it actually made sense to have vacation rentals moved alongside other conventional lodging and travel options just for travelers in general. Then in 2015, Expedia Group purchased HomeAway, VRBO, and other vacation rental platforms, and that changed again. And if you look at what happened since then, in the 20 years since VRBO's launch, now known as Vrbo, right, to Expedia's purchase, the vacation rental industry in the market had a ton of growth, exponential growth. It became well known and it disrupted the entire industry. Then we all know what happened after that, the next big event, in 2020, the pandemic, and we all kind of got through that. We've talked about it at Explore and some of our events. Now, I don't want to get into that, but when everything grinded to a halt, there was one shining star throughout all of that, right? That gave another boost to vacation rentals. And that started a whole new world for us to be in. And it was a huge rise in not only vacations home, but second homes, home purchases all over. Real estate market skyrocketed. The vacation rental business kind of had another major shift. So if you fast forward, the dust has settled since then. And the question really becomes, okay, so that all happened, and where are we at today, 2023, today, what's happening? Where does that leave us right now? And I'll share a little bit about what we're seeing, and it probably matches what you're experiencing and what you see as well. First and foremost, travel has officially returned to pre-pandemic levels. This is Skip research, and we validate this ourselves, and what we see as well is when you look at it exactly 3 years after its lowest point in April of 2020, the industry surpassed that point, and it is now above that. So we've gone above and beyond where we ever have before, just in general, which is great news. Then if you fast forward one more thing, let's look at this. Although hotel demand, if you look at these charts, the hotel demand is that light green line, that's wavered. It's kind of have its ups and downs since then, but if you can see the dark black or navy line there, that one is vacation rentals. That has continued to grow even since then, and over the years and every month since then, it has been steady growth compared to all the other major travel. And that's fantastic news, right? If we look at that, that would be something to be excited about. But I think there's a caveat to that. Even with the demand rising above pre-pandemic levels, really the question is, that also has a new dynamic. It's a huge increase that we've seen in vacation rental supply in general, and a significant lift in the number of Vrbo listings over the last 4 years, especially the last few as they've really come on board. And this is very true, and we'll talk about that because it's important. We see an increase in, number one, the number of listings and an increase in the number of partners that we see on this platform and in the vacation rental industry in general. So not only are there more listings, but there's more listers and a more variety of who is listing. So that gets us to then a current state today. The question is, well, where are we at today? Well, that provides probably something what you are all experiencing, because I've talked to many of you over the last 6 to 8 months. This explains why we see vacation occupancy growth trend over the last couple of years in this downward cycle, right? Although vacation and travel is increasing, that actually the occupancy is decreasing. And as the vacation rental market exploded during the pandemic, the trend caught on and we see this really big influx of vacation rental listings and the number of hosts, professional and private, right? And that's pulling down the overall occupancy levels. And that puts us in this new era of vacation rental management. And I think that's what I've heard some of you, and I don't know if that's the same for everybody, but we see that on the Vrbo platform. We see this increase in supply. The demand is hit and miss, and so what do we do with that? And I think that's what I want to address today, not only with travel in general, but how Escapia is addressing that. So like I said earlier, it's unprecedented because this is a new shift in the kind of the marketplace for us to deal with. And we're in a new era of vacation rental management. So looking at a crystal ball, which I don't really have, but if we take our little Escapia crystal ball and I look into it, we have one on a desk and I just kind of shake it and it tells me what's going to happen. That's also how we decide what features we're going to build for you all, just so you know. If I look into this crystal ball, I actually think a couple of things will happen. We'll see the lines of the chart start showing the number of hosts and the number of vacation rental listings start to decline. And there's lots of reasons for that. Right now it's at its peak and it's off, but we anticipate a big shift in listings. There will be some self-imposed shifts with Vrbo actually proactively going through who's listing on the platform, and there are plans to remove properties with low acceptance rate and high cancellation rates. I think that's important for all of you to know, right? If we have this increase in supply, we want to make sure it's the right kind, and if there's ones that aren't performing or running a good business or a good listing, we need to do something about that. And also the market will have some sort of shift on its own, I assume. And so both of those things will impact that supply level. My belief is today's market is an opportunity, though. If we look at that, I want to talk about this opportunity because not only will the amateur listings drop from the bottom of search results, but they will also be knocking on your door as professionals to potentially get some help on managing those listings. So we'll see some of these listings fizzle, but the question is which ones? It's going to be the ones that are novices and amateurs, the ones with real estate portfolios that also don't understand how to run a vacation business at the same time. And so we want to talk about this opportunity, how you can seize it. So let's talk about what to do. So first, what differentiates a professional to not only weather this storm, but actually thrive in this new era that we're in? Secondly, what tools and technology will you need to be better moving forward? And third, how does Escapia deliver on these needs both now and in the future? Because the idea is not just to survive through this, but it's how do you thrive and do well? And so I want to talk about each one of these briefly. First is how the opportunity ahead. Expertise matters, reputation matters, and technology matters. These are kind of our three keys to success. If we look at what makes a good PM and what are the ones that are standing out above the rest, this is kind of a good addition to think about as a property manager. So let's talk about each one. Expertise. The good news here is the fact that you're here today means that you're experts in the field. This was an invite-only event, right? Each of you got invited to come to a conference by one of the leading online travel industries in the world, and that defines you as an expert. You value education and networking, and you're here doing this, and the numbers don't lie. And I say this all the time, but it's important for me to reiterate because it holds true year after year, and it does this year in 2023 just as much as in years past. Of all of the Vrbo connected software partners, Escapia is ranked #1 in booking value on Vrbo. That means Escapia accounts in combination bring more dollars from bookings than any other software does on the Vrbo platform. And we bring just as many as some software partners combined. That's good news. That's a lot of volume. And Vrbo and Expedia Group know that, and it's important. Second, Escapians have a deep expertise managing more than 40,000 listings on Vrbo in combination. That's a lot of listings. And not only is the number, but the third point here is 83% of y'all are premier hosts. That's the majority of the listings are premier hosts, which means you meet certain criteria and certain quality metrics. And that means the listings are very good. And so all those combined mean that you're an expert. And not only are you an expert, but we hope to continue to provide Escape as a platform to continue with that trend and help you manage expertly. Not only is expertise, but let's talk about reputation. We know that's very important in the marketplace in running a successful PM business. It's important for lots of reasons. Typically, people save up for a vacation. It only happens once or twice a year. And so they're looking on Vrbo specifically and other platforms, to be frank, on reputable PMs or listings to take their family to. And so when we talk about that, we can see through the reviews, we can look at all of these things. Escapia users rank #1 for the number of reviews on Vrbo as well, in combination. #1. And not only is the number of reviews, we can see here, your reviews are excellent. That means you're running good businesses. In combination, Escapia listings have an average of 4.6 out of 5-star reviews. That's amazing. Congratulations to all of you for running great businesses and having good listings. That's a testament to your hard work. So that in combination with the Vrbo platform is very powerful because that means users come, they see the book with confidence guarantee that Vrbo offers in combination with the high reviews, and that means those listings perform fantastically. So if you don't have all of your listings or your units on Vrbo today for one reason or another, let's figure out how to do it, because those are going to be the best performing listings on the platform. And we can help you with that. Finally, the technology. This is a big part of what we do. It's not enough to keep on track with just accounting or reservations. We know you need to do that. But it's get a leg up on the competition. What is it that you need out of the software to not only stay on top of, but be one click away from the traveler's experience and anticipate what they need? We expect a lot from technology these days, and having partners that know what technology you use is kind of important. Your vendors need it, your owners expect it, Travelers expect you to be on the cutting edge of using technology. So all of that's important. You need to adapt. You need to have something at your fingertips to meet the market well. So all of those things combined, we're here. This is why Escapia gives you more. We continue to build and improve, and we want to be here. It's not the same as it was 20 years ago or even 30 years ago with instant software. And sure, when I started 5 years ago, Escapia was and still is the market leader. We've always been the most trusted and most used software in North America, and it's still the case, but that's not enough for us. We want to push the envelope. So for the last 3 years, as you've noticed, or may not, but I want to point it out, when pandemic started, we stopped our annual price increases. We didn't charge you more for Escapia throughout this time, and there was a lot of reasons for that. Number one, we had the support of Expedia Group, but also number two, it's a choice we made because we wanted you to be able to focus on running a good business, which obviously you do. And our goal is to give you more, and during that time, we released more than we ever have in the history of the software. So in fact, and that's a really big change for us. And in fact, I'm excited to announce a very other pivotal change in our organization. I'd like to welcome to the stage Jessica Odiemi, our new director of Escapia product, and she'll be joining me on stage here to talk a little bit more about everything. Hello, Jessica. And just as a brief introduction, Jessica joined us in May. And she has since then been fast at work understanding not only you, the customer, but the product, your business needs, everything that goes along with it, to really align the team on a trajectory of success. So she has experience leading product teams from small startups to large Fortune 500 companies. We're so excited with her expertise that she's bringing to the table for Escapia. I'm personally excited to see how quickly she jumped in. I haven't seen anybody jump in so quickly at reading your feedback, watching everything that you do, listening to the reviews that you give and the requests that you make. She's spent so much time doing that. So with that, she's just a truly great addition to our team. And I look forward to seeing her strategic vision for Escapia come to fruition. I'm gonna let her start that path right now and sharing with you.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction, Ryan. And good morning to everyone. I am so thrilled to be here. My professional background is in product management, but travel is near and dear to my heart. Before joining Escapia, I had traveled to almost 50 countries and chose to stay in a vacation rental most of the time. The stays that I keep coming back to and keep in my mind are those where someone went above and beyond to make my experience a good one. And not all vacation rentals are created equal. But the people in this room are the best in the industry. You all have such important jobs of fulfilling people's lives through travel and connection, and I couldn't be prouder to help you run your business. I understand exactly how important the work is that we do here at Escapia. In my 4 months since I've joined Escapia, I've gotten a chance to talk to many of you one-on-one, and I've gotten to hear a lot about the challenges that you face in your business every single day. I know that us providing great software is essential to you running your business. And today it's more important than ever for you to have technology that's not only easy to use, but that helps you be more competitive in today's changing landscape. So we've been tirelessly working and obsessing about how we can bring you great technology that'll help you stand out in today's crowded landscape. And this past year, we focused on 3 main areas to help you be more competitive. The first is prioritizing guest communications. With Escapia's Communication Hub, you can send, receive, and track traveler communications across multiple channels, all within one unified inbox. With email, two-way SMS, and the ability to schedule templates, we give you a way to manage everything to reach the right people at the right time, no matter where the booking comes from. Secondly, we all know that price is king. In order to keep up with today's changing landscape, it's important that you are able to be proactive with rates to optimize occupancy without leaving money on the table. And now it's even easier than ever to do that within Escapia's new rates manager. And lastly, the thing that y'all do best, better than the amateurs, is to provide great traveler experiences. Escapia's Communications Hub and Rates Manager helps you spend less time clicking, less time managing communications, less time switching screens, and more time providing those five-star guest experiences. Lisa and Caitlin from our product team are gonna join me on stage to share some of these new features and show us in action how those work together to drive operational efficiency. Let's welcome Lisa and Caitlin to the stage.
Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh. Bring me a higher love.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa Monreal. I've been on the Escapia product team for a little over 5 years now. And my favorite part of my role is really getting to work with all of you to understand and help resolve the big challenges in our industry. This is especially true for rates and revenue management, which I've been passionately fixated on for the past few years. And I'm eager to share the newest updates for our Escapia Rates Manager.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Minute, and I am also thrilled to be one of your Escapia product managers. I spent years working for a property management and hotel company, and then several more traveling around speaking to many of you about what's working really well and what needs some improvement with both working with Verbo and in your Escapia software. Today's pretty exciting for me because I think we can all agree that managing your communications from so many places is really hard. But today, I have confidence that at the end of today, you'll be excited about where we're taking the product and what we're doing with the Communications Hub.
So in 2023, our focus has been to bring you functionality that helps you win more bookings with less effort. But we don't want to just stand up here and tell you about it. We want to walk you through a little scenario that'll help demonstrate firsthand the power and value of these features. So for this scenario, I want you to walk in the shoes of our overwhelmed parents, Billy and Ben James. School recently started up again, and with that, a plethora of after-school sports and activities. And the family dynamics went from relaxing and connecting at the beach to driving kids all around and barely having time to sit down and eat dinner with one another. So longing for their next family adventure, Billy and Ben endlessly scroll inspirational travel content on their phones. They start discussing potential dates, and they begrudgingly find that their next full-fledged travel opportunity may not be for another few months. So panic sets in. They need a break, and they need it now. Suddenly, they remember a recent email from Sunnyside Vacation Rentals that came in, and they're offering discounts to return guests. So they click into the email, and they find inspirational and captivating photos that evoke memories of their past stay. They click into Sunnyside Vacation Rentals website, and they navigate to a unit that they had previously stayed at. So this house has a pool, stunning views, and is conveniently located walking distance of Main Street. They do look at the availability calendar, and they see that there may not be availability, but they want to contact Sunnyside through their website just to be sure.
Over at Sunnyside Vacation Rentals, the reservationist, Nicole, sees that she has a new email that popped up in her Communications Hub inbox. Came as an inquiry, and the James family was looking to come for a last-minute weekend and wanted to bring their 2 kids and really wanted a pool. They had checked out a property that they'd stayed in before, and it wasn't available. So Nicole took a quick look at her Escapia software and realized it was booked by the owner. So she decided she would send a message back to the James family, telling them that she would look for some other units that might be available and then send them an email. She went back to the communications hub, typed out her message, and because she sent it from the communications hub, when she sent it, she was able to see the string of conversations that she's now had with that traveler. She then navigated over to her new Send a Quote tab in her communications hub. This allows her to send multiple quotes for properties in one email. She selects the travel dates if the customer is looking to travel, and then she's going to select how many travelers. So she selects 2 adults, 2 kids, and then once she applies those filters, she can see which properties are available for the dates she selected. She wants to send them some options. She could send up to 5, but to make it easier, she decides to send 2, one that takes pets and one that doesn't. She goes then to preview the quote, where she can see a thumbnail of the property, as well as a link to the house and the price breakdown of what is available and what is she sending to the guest. So Nicole takes one look over that, makes sure that her quote looks good, and she sends that off to the James family. Shortly after she sent the email, the James family received the email with the quotes for the 2 properties. They see them side by side, and they cannot wait for their vacation. They look, one property is spectacular, has amazing pool. The other one, it would work. But instead, she decides where she wants to stay in that fantastic with the amazing pool property. So she decides, since it was a little more expensive than she wanted to pay, she emails back to the property manager and asks for a discount.
So our friendly reservationist, Nicole, sees the email in the inbox, and she sees that they're asking for a potential discount. So because they're return guests, and this unit would most likely sit empty since it's last minute, Nicole is more than happy to offer them a discount for their direct booking. So she heads over to the rates manager, rate strategy, and she's gonna head to the brand new coupons section. So coupon codes allow you to offer promotional pricing to targeted audiences. And configurable options allow you to really take control of your discount strategy. Let's take a look at some examples. So here we have a basic one, maybe AAA for an affinity group or association. So we're gonna offer a blanket 15% off per night. And we're not gonna add any more conditions to this. So no stay date conditions, no booking restrictions, and it's gonna run indefinitely unless the setting is changed or the coupon is deleted. Now, a different example could be for a specific event. So think like Black Friday. Black Friday coupons are gonna have more restrictions. They actually motivate travelers to book through fear of missing out and excitement. So they're gonna save up to $200 for their whole stay, which is a great deal. But we wanna make sure it's worth it. We don't want them staying during peak season, so we restrict stay dates. And they have to book between certain booking dates. In this case, between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We're also gonna add in some min length of stay requirements from 4 to 6 nights. In this case though, Nicole wants to create a special offer just for the James family. So she goes in and creates a brand new coupon, and she names it for the James family. Once she gets into coupon details, she decides that she's gonna allow this coupon to be applied to both of those units that she originally sent out, just in case they change their mind. So she narrows it down to 3 bedrooms in the filter, quickly selects those 2 units, and moves on to the coupon details. So this is where she gets fancy. She's gonna personalize the coupon details with the James family name and offer them an enticing 20% off per night. So because this is for a specific purpose and reason, she is gonna limit the stay dates to just over what the James family had requested. And she wants them staying around 2 nights, but does want to allow them to stay longer if possible. So she adds length of stay conditions from 2 to 7 nights. And just like that, she has a new coupon code. So you can see James Family 20, James Fam 20. And with the coupon code in hand, Nicole heads back to the Communications Hub inbox so she can respond directly to their message with the coupon code and let them know that they conveniently book the coupon code directly on the website with their personalized promotion. So Billy wastes no time. They're all very excited. They book immediately, and the panic and fear that they were experiencing a few nights ago has been replaced with excitement and freedom and empowerment. And that increased tenfold after they tell their kids about the surprise vacation.
Back at Sunnyside Vacation Rentals, the booking comes through into their booked folder in their communications hub. So Nicole's able to click into that, see the reservation number with a quick link opening up the reservation if they needed anything. But she wants to make sure they have a fantastic stay. So she goes into her templates and she applies a template saying, hey, let us know if you need anything. Please reach out. It has merge tags, so it spelled Billy's name correctly. She didn't have to worry about spelling it incorrectly when she dropped that in. But she wants to make sure also that they have an easy check-in tomorrow. So she's going to head and see if she has any templates ready that are going to send out the lock code at time of arrival. She checks what she has set up, and she doesn't have any for lock code. So she's going to go and create a new template and then going to choose SMS because she thinks lock codes are really great if they went out as a text message to the traveler at time of check-in. So she calls it lock code to make it easy to find next time, types in the message she wants, but because she doesn't want to do this for every single unit, she's going to use her merge tags. And inserting the merge tag is going to allow her to put in the property name, and then she's going to be able to send the unique lock code for each property by dropping that in to the text message. So there she has her message. We discussed how we're going to keep it for all of our units, but if you did have one that was a key, you could take that one out. Then the categories, all marketing sources, but she is going to add a schedule because she wants to make sure that goes out only at check-in time. So she's going to select for the booking event arrival day, and she's going to schedule off of that and set a date and time. So she's going to set it to 0 days before arrival, and then she wants it to go out at 4 p.m. So now she knows that the James family will get that text message on arrival day at 4 p.m. with the lock code. She wasn't sure about the template. She'd be able to preview and see placeholder data, knowing kind of what her merge tags would look like. But she decides to set the text message, and it goes out to the James family. Fast forward to Friday. The James family is ready to check into their house, and they receive a text message from Sunnyside Vacation Rentals. Billy knew it was from that family because it was from the same number that she received her first text message from, letting her know that if they need anything, to please reach out and contact them. So they got in, no problem. They had an amazing stay. They enjoyed their time by the pool. And as time moved on, they realized that Sunday was coming fast. The kids begged, Mom, can we please stay one more day? And, Billy knew that they had to get back to work, and that really wasn't an option for their family. So she was like, we can't extend another day, but maybe we could stay a little bit later and head back later? So she decided she would reach out to the property manager. Had she decided to call the number she had been texting with, she would have been sent directly to Sunnyside Vacation Rentals' primary phone number with the new call forwarding feature that's coming with two-way SMS. But in this instance, Billy decided to text back to the property manager.
All right, so our friendly reservationist, Nicole, receives this text, and she's in the rates manager. She does really want to allow them to stay and play for an extra few hours, but she needs to make sure this isn't going to interfere with any other upcoming reservations. And since she's already in the new rates manager, she's going to use a brand new feature called Reservation View. So when she goes up to the view, she's going to click on that, and you will see magically confirmed bookings. So confirmed bookings appear as an overlay over your rates grid. This will help you answer questions such as, do I have gaps between my bookings? And can I offer a late checkout or even an extended stay? So as you can see, you can look at it for all of your units at once. But again, you can use the unit filters to narrow this down. So this is especially helpful when you want to look at a certain group of properties for their availability, for open bookings, and even trends within those unique property groups. Nicole can also go to the unit code or name, quickly put in switchback, which is where the family's staying. It's going to narrow down the grid to just that one unit. And there again, she can see all of the confirmed reservations, including the James family reservation. And in just mere seconds, she can see that no one else is checking in on that next day, even the next couple days. So she feels confident she can offer them a late checkout so they can stay and have some more family fun. If Nicole did need more information, she can actually right-click on that booking. It's going to open the reservation details. So she can see what the booked rate is, different information like the folios, the history, and more. So the reservation overlay is available today in the Race Manager for all of you here. And not just that, text templates that Kaylin demoed are also available today.
Yep.
So you can literally go into Escapia right now and play with these features and start creating all of these things.
Yeah, all right, yeah. We're pretty excited too. And yeah, I know everyone's now trying to get their phones out and you're gonna start trying to set up those templates, but we're gonna wrap up our story first. So Nicole sends her text message back to the James family. The James family was hanging out by the pools. They see the text message come through and realize that awesome, they can hang out by the pool and have that late checkout. You can see by the picture the kids were really enjoying the pool and have already left their toys everywhere. So works out well for the family. And then knowing that they had that amazing experience, and Nicole felt pretty confident she was going to get a great review, she then reached out to the traveler to ask for a review. The James family had an amazing stay, and they left a 5-star review for the property. Having that 5-star review enabled the property to have even more bookings in the future and then provide more 5-star stays for other travelers. So now we're going to bring back Jess, and Jess is going to tell you some of the things that are coming soon and what's available today.
Thank you so much, Lisa and Caitlin, for taking us through that example, for taking us through that scenario to see all of these new features in action. From that quick example, we can see exactly how Escapia helps Sunnyside Rentals to provide a professional and personalized experience for the James family. They were able to communicate seamlessly. From the initial inquiry to extending the stay, Sunnyside was able to manage all communications from a single place. They were also able to actively manage their rates to quickly identify and fill an occupancy gap. And lastly, they were able to provide the James family with an experience that they will remember forever. The quick response time, personalized coupon, and flexibility made the James family into loyal customers for years to come. And these features can do the same for your business. To recap what you've seen here today, I just want to give you a quick rundown of all the features that you can expect from now to the end of the year. To help you prioritize guest communications, our unified inbox allows you to manage communications from multiple systems, from your text providers to your email providers and various channels, and it's already available to you. We also know how important it is for you to automate your communications using templates. But as the true professionals you are, you want to make sure that those templates go out without errors or typos. So we've made it possible for you to preview these templates before turning them on. And template preview is available to you now. And to further automate your communications, we're providing you with options on not only what to communicate, but how and when to communicate as well. Starting today, you'll be able to create and schedule templates via text message. Can we get a round of applause for that? Thanks. Thank you. And not too much further behind that, we're expanding those delivery and scheduling options even further. By the end of this year, you'll be able to create and schedule templates via email as well. And of course, we know that it's important for you not only to have options on how to communicate, but for your guests too as well. That's why by the end of this year, you'll have the ability to receive texts from your travelers, all within the Escapia inbox. As you heard from Sunnyside Vacations, being proactive with rates is one more key to standing out amongst the competition. Let's recap how exactly we're enabling you to do that. We know that optimizing occupancy means the ability to be flexible and personal. That's why we've recently made it easy to create personalized coupon codes within the new Rates Manager. Optimizing occupancy also means being able to view your availability at a glance. So available starting today, you can now see these booked dates for all of your properties, along with the opportunities to fill gaps in one convenient view within Reservation Overlay. Let's get one more applause for that one too. And last but not least, we know, and Sunnyside Vacation Rentals know, and you all know, that providing a great experience is at the heart of what you do. So we've been focused on launching features that'll help you do just that. Being accessible to travelers when they need you is crucial to their experience. So by the end of this year, we'll be providing a call forwarding option to allow travelers to easily reach you, not only via text message, but also via phone call at a number that you choose. And lastly, we know just how important it is to be able to respond quickly to traveler inquiries. That's why we're working on giving you the ability to provide options to your prospective guests by giving them quotes for multiple properties to choose from. Multi-quote will be available by the end of this year. As we get to know each other better, you'll get to learn that I really value transparency and keeping customers informed along the way. These are the things that we're working on now, but I look forward to telling you more about what we're teeing up for the first part of next year later on in today's closing session. I hope you all are just as excited about this new functionality as we are. And now I'm going to welcome Ryan back to the stage to lead us into breakout sessions.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night, got this. We've had a million nights.
Thank you, Jessica. And I think that was a fire hose of a lot of things coming at you in a rapid pace. I hope it is. I hope these are like expected things, but at the same time, welcomed, right? I also get the feeling, I heard the chatter when we talked about the reservation overlay. I know that's been a long time coming. I get the feeling you're all going to go back, and when you talk about spending a week in Vegas and it was crazy insane, the thing you'll say is like, yeah, but reservation overlay was the highlight of my Vegas trip. Like, if you don't know about that, with merge templates, you haven't been to Vegas. So it's exciting. We're trying to do this at a pace that matches what you need it for, right? I know a lot of these things have been a long time coming, but we're hoping that this just enables you and your teams more than it ever has before. And this is why Escapia, we continue to be proud of it and the team, and it's a powerful software for you, and it's been known for over 20 years, but we're focused on making it easier for you and helping you be competitive, and that's why we're talking about all these things. So as you can see in this room, you're all equipped to take on this opportunity we talked about this morning, right? We talked about the expertise, the reputation, the technology, and that's where our focus is here, is helping you succeed with these pieces of success. So if we look at this, that's because not only can we think we can deliver this to you, but we know that you're the best in the industry. You're the professionals. We look to you to guide what we do, but also you kind of drive where the industry is going. And that's why Expedia Group as a whole, as a corporation, as a large travel company, continues to invest in Escapia. Expedia and Vrbo work closely, with all of the software providers and all of these other technologies, but we know that Escapia users provide the best experience and that best integration. And we want to make sure it always stays that way. This product has decades of experience and reputation, but it also has this continual investment from the company.